Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we've been a little busy off camera. Just a little bit. Oh, so we've gotten a lot going on. We've done a little bit of off-camera work, and yeah, we're going to get you brought up to speed. But first, we have to get started. So let's go. Alright, happy Wednesday everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week. For those who are returning to work this week, hope you're having a fabulous week back at work. For those who aren't, well, hope you're still having a terrific week anyway. Alright, so as you can see, the new docking area is actually welded up. We've gotten all of the lights in, we've done the detail work that we were talking about. There's a few things that I'm thinking about changing up, but I haven't decided yet because I'm not quite sure I like the way that this portion here breaks. So I may change this a little bit. Instead of having it just be the regular straight through railing system here, I'm thinking I may put the corners in just to clean up the lines a little bit. But let me know what you think. You know, we've got that comment section, throw it down in there. So looking at the way that everything turned out over here, let's get some of the stuff off the screen here for a second. I kind of like the shape of this docking bay, but I'm thinking we're probably going to retcon it into this, because it just feels like it's a little bit more usable like this. You're not so dependent on the way that the ships are designed, so we can get away with a little bit more. And then if we need to build in any type of platforming system, we'll be able to do that. Where on this one, you have a little bit less flexibility in what you design. You kind of have to go with something with a bit more of a, like a split bow style, like the deep V setting. Not a bad thing, but most of my designs don't tend towards that styling. So I'll leave it like it is for now. We'll figure it out as we go. So over here in the landing area, as you can see, we have started moving ships over. We've actually brought all of the basic ships over already. So we've got the larger shuttle over there, and as you can see, it is too big for any of one of the docking areas. The only one it might be able to fit in is this one, and because we put the risers in, not going to work. So it's going to sit over there for a little while. We'll figure out something for it. I'll probably end up building a second landing area over on the other side of the asteroid. But so far, yeah, it's I have to say I do like the way that some of this came out, like the pass-through arches here. Yeah, all right. So let's get in to show you what we've been doing here. I haven't been doing I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I've only been really working on one basic project at this point. So we've got the entrance hallway here that we were talking about before. You saw this last time. Let's open this up. And now we have a second hallway, which is pressurized as well. And what I'm thinking is that this is going to basically remain where it is and the way it's set up. We're not going to do a whole lot. I may cut into this wall here, because there is some stone back behind it. And what I'm thinking is, well, there's ice behind this portion. But what I'm thinking is maybe putting a small office or a reception area or something. Just something to break up this long hallway. When you come down here, you have a window in place, so you can actually see a little bit of the planet from here. But more importantly, you can see where the new hallway is going. Let's turn the light on, because we don't have lights out there yet. And you can actually see the cargo stuff has been set up. Now, one of the things that I did do off camera, and the reason I did it off camera is because it was very, very tedious. We've gone ahead and we've gotten the rest of the cargo system in place. So now we have all 9 of the cargo boxes installed, and one of them is, well, a couple of them are not like the others. I might have to redo some of these. I'm thinking I want all the straps on these to go the same direction. So what I'll probably do is rip these out and replace them, just for consistency's sake. Alright. Well, if I had seen that earlier. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to go with them with the side straps like this. Because I'm liking the way that that turned out. And I think most of them are already in that position. Yeah, most of them are in that position. So, okay. Yeah, it gives me something else to do off camera. It's fine. But yeah, so like I was saying, is behind the hallway there, you've got basically a large area of stone in here, and I'm thinking I might cut into it and have some kind of observation deck or something on this side. We have had some hostile AI in the area. Thankfully, we were outside of their aggro range. For those who don't know, the Argentavis, when it spawns in on the random spawns, if you get inside of 12 kilometers, I think it is, between 10 and 12 kilometers, it will aggro and it'll start spawning things and spitting them out at you. So we got really, really lucky in the fact that it never got closer than like 11 kilometers. So we didn't hit its aggro. So it just kind of flew past us and left us alone, but things are spawning in closer each time. And I really don't want to run into a situation where we have something that shows up with weapons and not have base defenses. So originally, this area here was supposed to be the beginnings of a habitat module, and it may still end up like that. But I'm thinking we're going to end up putting a turret system in. Something similar to what we did with the mining lasers, but instead of the mining lasers, we're going to use one of probably Krieg's weapons packs. I'm a fan of Krieg. I like the work that he does, and well, he's a nice guy, so he's actually helped me with some of my designs, at least like refining some of the characteristics of them. So yeah, if you haven't checked his stuff out, definitely take a look on the workshop. All right. So, now what I had originally wanted to do with this, let's get ourselves situated, there we go, is I was going to have a ramp that goes down into the tube here. So basically you would just use your grav boots until you got into a gravity well, or into a artificial gravity field. And bouncy, right? Okay, that was annoying even me. So let's do it this way. So what would happen is you would basically walk this way. You would walk down the passageway. And then down here, there would be another ramp system in place that would transition you into the gravity well. So that when you got down here, you basically would walk down this way, and then it would have a couple of ramps that would eventually swing you around so that you were level when you got down here. See, and I may still do that just to mess around with it and to have some fun, because those kind of things are always interesting to build. But it's going to take some work. We're not ready to start building that quite yet. Now, one of the things that I do need to do is we do need to get more interior plates, and I don't remember if I left some over here or not. Let's check really quick. Doesn't look like it. Nope, no plates. Okay, so let's go grab some interior plates. We're gonna drop off the construction components. We're gonna keep the steel plates on us because we're actually gonna be working on that section today. But I do want to get some stuff in place, and we're going to let Bob basically weld some of the starter stuff up for us. But we do need to grab interior plates. And why these things are so much heavier than regular plates, I have no clue. They require less material. They're technically open, so it's oh wait, before we do that, we want you. No, not you. Come here. Oh, right. What are man? You just are in a mood today, aren't you? All right. let's see if we can get this going here. And then for the folks who are asking, yes, I am using my new keyboard, and the keys are a little bit different. They're smaller, like they're smaller keycaps than the old keyboard, so lots of mistyping lately. So if you hear me swearing, it's probably because of that. Alright, and then that's connected up. Now I had originally removed this piping, mainly because of the fact that Bob was welding stuff that I didn't want him welding. Oh, you need just interior plates. Okay. And part of what he was welding was this stuff, which is, you know, it was nice because it was something less that I had to worry about, but it was also bad because it was, you know, annoying. So let's go ahead and hide empty. We're going to go ahead and drop those in there and let Bob have some fun with that. And we're going to go over here. Show you what we've been doing over here. So we used the mining laser, the big one, obviously, as you can tell, to start some of the mining on this, which is why when you get out here, you see it's much nicer. And then what I did is I went through and I was off a little bit, but it was pretty close to where I wanted it to be. Now, I did leave the end of the platform that we're working on buried well inside the asteroid, because what we're going to do is we're going to hollow things out as we go. And then I'm going to basically build in a wall of windows. And this is going to be, I'm thinking this is going to be our control deck area. This will be basically our command section. Maybe part of the habitation? I don't know yet. So we'll have a door in here. As you can see, we already have the conveyors in place in here. And what we'll have to do is come through here and weld up part of that manually, which is fine. I don't mind too much. And it looks like it's going vertical. Okay. So yeah, we'll weld this stuff up. But I'm thinking what I may need to do is do this as a time lapse, because I want to show you what we're doing. But it's going to be basically a lot of just hollowing this thing out and then placing some blocks. So I'm thinking what we'll do is let's go ahead and do, you know what, we'll do a cut. I'll start working on hollowing this out because I'll probably end up using the mining vehicle again. We'll clear some of this out, get things in place, and start building the framework, I think is what we'll do. So let's go ahead and do that quick cut, get this thing mined up, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So we've gone ahead, excavated some of this out. Basically, I just used the excavation mode, not the mining mode, on the large drills, which gives us this space here. And what I'm thinking is for this particular area, I may move this back one block. I haven't decided yet. Because what I'm thinking is that we will end up with a doorway here. Use this as maybe a because if we come through, we'll have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so if we do that, we have effectively that. You're not going to be able to see this because it's going to be enclosed. This is basically where it's going to start opening up a little bit. So we'll just do this. And what I'm thinking is we will have maybe something like this where it starts going up a little bit. Do another line here just to keep it all together. And if we do that, let's bring this out a little bit. And we'll go here. Now what I'm doing is basically setting this up to be kind of a large observation area. So we'll have some stairs that come up into maybe like a little rest area up here. Maybe we'll put the, say like the command area up there. We'll have a little bit of maybe like a cafe or something here. And then down here we'll have maybe some command chairs or something. Maybe this will be the gunnery positions or something like that, you know. So we'll end up with multiple layers in here. At least that's the idea. I'm not quite sure how well it's going to work, but we'll see. Alright, so you're going to go that way. We want... something like this, maybe. And we're just anchoring it in multiple places just in case. Alright, and if we do that, let's take it one more of these up. And I think that'll do it for the vertical space. This is where basically our atmospheric envelope is going to start. And what we'll do is we'll backfill this if we need to, which we're going to need to a little bit, looking at it. Yeah, which is fine. I might actually throw a light in here, because if we put a light back here, it'll help, it'll obviously hide it, but it'll give us a little bit of glow up in the ceiling. And I think if we do this, okay, it's that and that. I think that's everything, right? I don't know if we're going to use this area here or not, but just in case. That actually works fairly well. This almost makes me want it to be a hangar, but because we are going to build a hangar on this, and that's what I was thinking on the other side where we were talking about the back end of this. Maybe having a hangar space so that we can actually close things off. Might need to use the force field doors too. That could be interesting. Actually, no. Is it under hangar? Yeah. Those are 5 by 1s. 5 by 1, 5 by 1. 3s, 2s, 6s, 7. So if we're doing 7, that gives us a potential of 14 blocks. That might work, actually, because that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. that could just work. That is hilarious. All right, well, that's good to know. Okay, so what we want is this is going to need to carry over this way. Doesn't matter entirely too much which way we go with this, but try and keep it somewhat consistent. Alright, so if we do that, we use this area to basically outline where the beginning of everything is. You went there, so come here. See, the problem is always trying to get your envelopes, your atmospheric envelopes, sorted out correctly, because it's very easy to miss something, and if you use, you know, the wrong block at the wrong time, you're going to end up with a leak that you can't find because it's going to be buried back in your walls. So you always want to be mindful of what blocks you're using and where. If you've seen some of my other videos, you will know that I myself have some consistent problems with doing that. But at least I'm honest about it, right? So we do that. Alright, so if we do that, it gives us a nice spot there. And then we want, you have an air vent. We want another one here. I don't think I have any interior plates. I think I dropped them all off. I did. Okay. Because what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to continue this line over and put an air vent in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the vent in at least, because we can, you know. Let's see. Okay, so that's going to go that way. And then we will have you there. Apparently Puppy is snoring. Oh, alright. Told you, whenever I start recording, he just likes to be aware of what's going on around us. Alright, so you're going to come this way. And I may need... because that's 3. So if I bring this out just a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to 4. Wait for the debris to settle here. Come on. And we'll be able to bring this in 1, I think. Well, out 1, I guess, would be a better way of saying that. Alright, and that is, I think, as far as we're going to take it here. Alright, so we did that. Silly puppy. There. Basically, we're going to repeat what we did on the first side. Flip this around so that we have a nice mirroring. And then we'll continue this out. We did 3 to 3. Yeah, that works. That's going to work. It's going to work nicely. So the catch is now we have to basically close all of this in. So let's keep it simple. We're going to do that. to here. I need a steel plate. We have a steel plate. Look at that. All right. So I might take that back one. Because if I take that back one, basically all of this ties into the same area. All right, let's go grab some more steel plates. Okay, so like I said, what we're trying to do is set up a space that we're going to be able to get enough stuff in. In order to keep things mostly sorted. Let's move you over there. But we want to keep it all tied together at the same time, so I'm thinking I may bring that in one. I mean, I guess not. I guess we could just have it 1, 2, 3, and then so it's 1, 2, 3, and then the ramp that came in 1, 2, and then straight up. Right? Yeah. Okay. Because if we do that, then what we can do is something like this. To tie it all in here. If we go... do I want to do that? These are obviously going to come back this way. Let's not have floating blocks if we can avoid them. All right. Let's tie together. See, where I'm running into the question is do I want... It's like, how do I want to tie this all together? Because if we do something like this instead... and then run that straight back, take this out, take that out. Do that there. On there. That gives us blocks on the ends of the sloped. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need one more on this side. Because again, you do want to make sure that you keep things as even as possible. Alright, so we get that there. And then we did basically that. We'll bring that forward. which means all of this. All right. That comes in one, that comes in one. Okay, so yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a fourth on either side. All right. Whoops. So for the folks who have asked previously, how do I keep all of this straight in my head when I'm doing this? Half the time I don't. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those, you just kind of do things enough and you get to be able to get to the point where you can see what you're trying to look at. It doesn't always come across in the videos, but there is usually method to my madness, or at least madness to my method. I'm not sure which way that goes, but okay, so that gives us a pretty good area. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to do probably the lounge upstairs. Do a food area here in the middle. And then a command area down here, I think. And the command area we're actually going to set up as a secure facility. Maybe do like security or engineering or something down here. Maybe engineering, that might be good. Yeah. But what we're going to end up with eventually, once we're done with this is actually going to be all heavy glass. The, oh, what's it called? Armored windows, I believe. Do we have those in this? I don't, maybe I don't have them. Alright. I thought I had them in here. I could have sworn I had that mod loaded. Come on, where are you? Well, I guess not. Alright. So, we have to remember to load that mod. Oh, man. But yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have the... I'm going to grab the Armored Windows mod, which I could swear I had loaded. And what we'll do is... Get out of there. Is once we have the windows in, on the exterior face, we're going to use the hanger force fields. So that way, even if the base takes a hit and you lose the windows, it'll still technically be airtight. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do that, and then when you're at a distance, you'll see the blue glow. So we're also going to be putting a shield system in on the base, but I need to get the heavy armor, or the heavy windows, or the armored windows in. All right. So, but that's basically where the planning is going. So what we'll end up with is this will be, yeah, I think this is going to actually be where the force fields go. And then we'll have an area down here that's basically the panic room, engineering, security stuff, which will be in heavy armor. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that will give me what I'm looking for. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the... Do I want to go... Yeah, let's do that. Did I... No, okay. We want our character tools. Thank you. Put that back on our bar. And then we're going to come in here and kind of sneak in here a little bit. Hopefully. Perfect. Right? No. Wrong block. We want you to be there. Do I want to have it turn there, or do I want this to be... I think I want this to all be solid. What we'll do here is we'll take this back a couple of blocks. And let's get around this way. So we do that, and then we're going to go with the actual square block there. And we're going to continue that down as a line for the corner. I tend to use the square blocks like that in the corners because I like to make sure that there's, like we were saying earlier, you know, ensuring that your atmospheric envelope stays secure as much as possible. Alright. So that is technically sealed. And then we're going to do a row behind that. Okay. Alright, I think that has us where we need it to be. Alright, and then we did what, 3 there? 1, 2, 3, and then 4, right? Easy way to check. No, we did 4 back. Okay. So we're gonna repeat that over here. 2, 3, and 4. And square in the corner. Okay. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna come down just like the other one did to meet there. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That cuts in. Okay. This is generally easier in creative mode because you don't have to worry so much about what you're doing when you're building, and you can mirror things a little bit easier. There is actually a mod that will give you the creative tools that you would normally be using in these types of builds. And I've used it before. It actually works really well. Private sale. Not worried about you. Okay. But for what we're doing right now, because we're doing everything else in survival, I'm not going to use the. Not going to use that. At least not right now. I might use it later. You're secure there. You're secure there. And we took that straight over, so you need to come out. And that should be mirrored. Yes, okay. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to bring this over so that we can start closing in some of this stuff. That'll be a technical seal there. This is going to be annoying, but so the nice thing is because of where it's located, we'll be able to bring the the little carrier over here and basically just let Bob go crazy for an hour. So that's going to be there. That's going to be there. We're going to do a set of half blocks here to bring it down. All right, so let me show you what I'm thinking here. I know I'm horrible about actually telling you what I'm actually planning. So we're going to do something like this, right? Okay, and then on the corners or edges, whatever you want to call it, this is going to come down this way. I don't know if I want to bring it all the way down though, because if we do that, it's going to be 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's going to be from there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 5 by 7. So we can do, if we do that, what was that? That's 3 in, counting the face. That should match up here. And what I'm thinking is that behind this, we may put in some airlocks so that there's ways to get in and out on this side of the base. All right. And then you're going to come down. There's 4 on that side, so that's 2, 3, 4. All right. And I'll probably excavate out from behind it. So if we done, you know, here, we're going to go. Come on. Let's bring this in. See if we can get, there you go. All right. So we are going to have to excavate a little bit out of here in this corner, but that's okay. We don't mind doing that. Gives us something to do, right? And like I said, what we'll
energy low.
End up doing is, once we have this excavated out to where we need it, we'll come back. Everything below this line will be hardened armor. It'll be the heavy armor blocks instead of the light armor blocks. Alright. That's 4. I want it to come down 1 more. Here. Maybe 2 more, honestly. We do need to be aware of just how far down we're digging. Because like I said, the maximum that we're going to get is 7 tiles. So 6 open tiles, and the 7th being the block that is occupied by the hangar door. And that was, so if we go starting from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miscount that the first time? So it's gonna, you know what, here. Let's do this. We're just gonna grab the 7. So if we do that there. So it needs, so it's going to hit there. So if I need, I'm going to need to bring that down 1. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see, it stops here, and I want it to stop here. So that's going to be, yeah, it just needs to come down 1. That's actually easy to do. Okay. Because what that means is that we can then go use these. Yes. And I'll probably swap these out for heavy armor blocks as well. And then that allows us to do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a an edge block on this. Actually, we can go ahead and do that. It just means this block comes out one full block instead of the half block. Just fine. There we go. Tell you what, let's go that way, and then we say, yeah, I'm bringing out the full block. It's fine. Okay. And all we can do is tie this whole thing together. Let's go here. And we say just like that. Now the reason I'm doing this is because when this whole thing's welded up, I want this to be able to hold atmosphere behind it. And depending on how damage may be applied to the structure, we may end up with a situation where it would, with this being the way it is, it's going to leak around the edges, and we don't want it to do that. So it means I'm gonna have to rework some of the edging that I wasn't planning on doing, but it's fine.
Energy critical.
Best laid plans of mice and men, right? Alright, so we have that, we have that. That is now encased. So from there, just check this count really quick. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from here's 1, 2, 3, 4. This will require a 5x, because we're gonna excavate this out just a little bit, hopefully. Let that clear out of there. While we're waiting for the debris to clear itself, we're gonna go ahead and bring this down a little bit. Mining carriage, that's fine. Hey, the debris finally cleared out. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's going to sit in this level. So let us sneak in here, do this, and we're going to bring this across. And once we get far enough over, we had almost exactly what we needed. That is hilarious. All right. And there. Yes. Okay, so now the force field is going to sit on that. So we need to grab the other hanger block. So we have the Imperial 5x is what we need. That's a corner. Green, one static red, one static green, red. Okay. It's because it's because of that. All right. So we go ahead and close this down. This is going to come down like so. Let's do a little greebling here. We got a couple of minutes, right? Actually, you know what? wondering if I do that here, will we be able to get it to hold atmosphere? And we'll do the same here. I'll flip you around. There you go. And like I said, what we'll do is off camera. What I'll do is once I've got the envelope figured out, which I think we now have, we'll rework this with the heavy blocks. So we're gonna do something like this, I think. Just to start tying it all together. Oh, I'm out of power. Damn it. All right. Let's get some energy back here. Okay. I think we have the idea of what we're going to do. And what's funny is that I'm going to take what we're building here and rotate it 90 degrees, at least for the entrance area, to make the hangar. And then I'll do probably a 7x7 or 7x14-ish. That's 7. That's because that's 7x12 right now. So I'm thinking, yeah, 7x14 would be nice because that'll let us get most of our medium and small ships in there. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, look at that. I like those little rover cockpits because they overcharge very quickly. That's so. And then we're gonna continue our little bit of styling here. Do the same on this side. One there. One there. Come on. Ah, I swear. Space engineers, you drive me up the wall sometimes. Okay. There you go. And then we're going to bring you down, you down, you down. Did we do the same on that side? We did. And I'm thinking, let's flip the script on that so that it peels outwards. What was that? Okay. Just making sure. It really is easier when you've got when you're in creative mode and you can just place completed bricks. That way you can see everything. Alright, so that will give us an enclosed area. We want full blocks here. We can do the same on this side. How many blocks do I have left, or plates? I got plenty of plates. That's fine. And then, like I said, basically all I'm doing at this point is making sure we're going to have a enclosed envelope. So this is all going to be armored up. That was 2 in, so that side, yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to have basically this. Oh, I may just go ahead and leave it light armor. I mean, this isn't necessarily a full combat station. So you're gonna go, and having a couple of layers of brick here is not going to be a bad thing. Okay, So you will be that. Did I do that all the way down? I did. Okay. Just making sure. That's all the way there. Actually, you know what? For this area, we're gonna come through here. And no, we want to leave you there, right? So that matches. Okay. And you are going to be basically what we've already done. We're going to double this up. We're going to do the same thing that we did down on the bottom. Do we want to do that? So you are directly behind that. Is that what we did down there? I think that's what we did down there. Let's take a look really quick. Yep, that's what we did down there. Okay. And then, yeah. Alright, so we are going to end up with that being closed in then. Okay. That works. We want one right there as well. Okay. So now we'll basically be able to put windows here. We have the force field in front so that if something does happen to blow out a window, we don't lose the atmosphere, which is important. The rest of it's just basically finishing off the frame in. So now I need to come down here, clear this stuff out. We'll do that by hand because it's safer. But I think I'm going to do that off camera. This episode has gone a bit longer than expected. And then I'm thinking we're going to do something like that. Because I don't want it directly up against the window. I want some space in here. Because we're going to have 2 layers below it and another layer above it. And we're going to need basically an area for the stairs to get in. But I thought it'd be kind of nice to be able to have something where you're standing here and able to look out into space. Well, maybe we can do this. Let's see if we do that. You'd have the windows here. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I want to thank y'all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, want to see more and be kept up to date, don't forget to hit also that subscribe button as well as ring in the little bell next to it. That will let me know that you're enjoying the content and it will let you know when new content comes out. So hey, it's win-win, right? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everyone. Okay, so we still need to get that framed in, get this dug out, get that framed in, and get that dug out. Okay, this is going to be a while.